Hello everyone, this is Shanti Shirsat from Information Technology Department. In this session, we continue the chapter number 5, that is Activity and Multimedia with Databases. The point is services. Android service is a component that is used to perform some operation on the background, such as playing music, handle the network transaction, that is downloading or uploading some files, or interacting the content providers, etc. It doesn't have any user interface. The service runs in the background indefinitely even if application is destroyed. Moreover, service can be bounded by the components to perform some interactivity and inter-process communication. A service can essentially the two states, that is started and bounded. A service started when an application component such an activity starts it by calling start service. Once a service can run in background indefinitely even if the component that started it is destroyed. Bound. A service is bound when an application component bind it to calling bind service. A bound service offers the client-server interface that allows the components to interact with the service, then send requests, get result, and even do so across the processes with inter-process communication. What are the features of service? Android service interface interprets the real-world action like sweeping, tapping, pinching, and reverse pinching to work on the objects which are appearing on the mobile screen with the help of virtual keyboard. Android service allows the immediate haptic feedback to the user. Internal hardware applications have been built to adjust and manipulate the screens according to the need of user. For example, while watching a video or playing a game, you can enable the rotate screen feature that is on the landscape mode. Android platform service. Android platform provides and runs the predefined system services. Every Android application can use them and give the right permission. The system services are usually exposed via the specific manager class. This can be accessed by getSystemService method. Defining a new service, that is first is declaring a service in a manifest file, that is activity.manifest.xml file. We will see it in practical session. You must declare all the services in your application manifest file just as you do for the activity and other components. To declare your service, add a service element as a child of the application element. That is manifest file. Under application tag, use the service tag, that is service Android name dot example service. Then close your application tag and manifest file tag. Creating a started service. To create a service, you create a Java class that extends the service base class or one of its existing subclass. Service base class defines the various callback methods and the most important are given below. You don't need to implement all the methods. You use or implement the method which we want to use in your application. It's important that you understand each one and implement those that ensure your app behaves the way user expects or not. These are the methods, that is on start command. The system calls this method when another component such an activity requests that the service been started. By calling start service, if you implement this method, it is your responsibility to stop the service when it is works it done by calling stop self or stop service method. On bind or unbound, the system calls this method when another component wants to bind with the service by calling bind service. If you implement this method, you must provide an interface that client uses to communicate with the service by returning an iBinder object. You must always implement this method, but if you don't want to allow the binding, then you should return null. On unbind, the system calls this method when all the clients have disconnected from the particular interface which is published by the service. On rebind, the system calls this method when new clients has connected to the service after it had previously been notified that all had disconnected in its own on unbind method of this particular service. On create, The system calls this method when the service is first created using onStart command or onBind command. This call is required to perform one-time setup. On destroy, the system call this method when the service is no longer used and it is being destroyed. Your service should implement this to clean up any resources such as thread, registered listener, receivers, etc. This is the life cycle of your Android service. Okay, suppose I want to play a music in the background, so I call the start service method. Okay, but I want to get the information of the current song being played. I will bind the service that provides information about the current song. That is called to bind service method. Next, that is permission. Permission entry must have in order to change the service or bind to it. If the caller of the start service or bind service or stop service has not been granted this permission, the method will not work and the intent object will not be delivered to the service. If this attribute is not set, the permission set by the application of particular application which we want to which is currently activated, okay, and the elements permission about the attribute applies to the service. If neither the attribute is set, the service is not protected by the permission. Ask permission if it is not yours, means your own service, not your own service. An app is free to use any resources or data that it creates, but must get permission to use anything, that is data, resources, regarding hardware, regarding software that does not belong to it. For example, your app must get the permission to read the user's interface or user's contacts data or to use the device camera. This is because the camera hardware does not belong to the app, and the app must always get the permission to use anything that is not part of the application itself. Suppose you want to download the application, in that time you got some pop-up messages, allow the gallery to access, allow the camera to access, like that. Okay, requesting permission. To request a permission, add the user's permission attributes to the Android manifest file along with the name of the requested permission. For example, to get a permission to use the camera, use the permission Android, that is name android.permission.camera. Okay, thank you guys. The remaining part of this session we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.